Good evening. This is Dr. Norma Thomas, and this is week 2 of Social Work 541, Social and Economic Justice 2. So, as a reminder for week 1, the learning activities for the week are to be posted by Thursday, July 4th, and the responses are due at the latest by Sunday. Also, as a reminder, please make sure to indicate your partner for future assignments. And again, by Sunday, if you have not chosen a partner, then I will do that assignment either late Sunday evening or first thing Monday morning. So for week 2, the learning objectives are as follows: to define the terms community and organization, to define and describe the functions of communities, to define the types of organizations affecting communities, and to identify factors affecting community, including governmental organizations, race, ethnicity, and politics. So let's look at the learning resources and the activities for this week. So in terms of learning resources, there are a number of readings for the week, but first I would refer you to the week 2 overview. That overview is a PowerPoint, and so you can go through the PowerPoint, but we've already gone over the objectives. You want to review what defines a community, the characteristics of a community, the types of community, which I'll talk about in a second, because what's in the PowerPoint is also based in the readings, the purpose, geographic organization in the United States, how communities are organized. And so please review that PowerPoint as a first step in understanding and defining communities for the week. Readings. There is a reading that defines different types of communities. And in the Millington article, that article talks about 5 different kinds of communities that are organized by interest, action, place, which is often how we think about community, practice, and circumstance. The Wilson article lists 15 types of communities that make up America. So those communities include the African American South, aging farmland, big cities, college towns, evangelical hubs, exurbs, which I had not thought about before, which are not suburbs but not exactly rural, the graying of America, Hispanic centers, and I would say Hispanic/Latino centers, LDS enclaves, Latter-day Saints is what LDS stands for, middle suburbs, military posts, Native American lands, rural middle America, urban suburbs, and working class communities. You also have a lot of articles coming out of the University of Kansas. This is the community toolbox. Under political systems, there's also the community toolbox. One is chapter 3, the other is chapter 25. And this article on what underlies urban politics talks about race being one of the major divisions, more so than any of these others, in terms of urban politics and how this impacts different communities. There are also a number of supplemental readings. This website on state and local governments is a good one to refer to because it gives you a lot of descriptors by state and then by local community. So if you go to your state and then look for your county. It will give you a lot of demographic descriptive information. Unfortunately, for me, for the county that where I currently reside, it was not there. So 100% of the counties are not listed in this article. The video is around local politics, governing from the ground up, and all politics is local. So this is a good video also to take a look at. Next will be the assignments for the week. There are two. One is your discussion post on local politics, which is as follows. Every 4 years in the U.S. is an election year. And so in your initial post, you're going to describe several aspects of community. So in your initial post, describe the political life of the community you are presenting in the My Community in Words and Pictures assignment. So what you want to do is start by describing the what of political life in the community. What does the voting registration profile look like? What political party is dominant, etc. What is the name and political affiliation of your senators, representatives, governor, state senator, state representative? This is critical information to know when you're advocating on behalf of clients. Now look at the why factors. What factors may contribute to these affiliations? If the political affiliations of your local politician are different than at the state and national levels, what might be those causes? And if they are the same, does it appear that they will remain the same after the next election? So you're going to post that initial response and then respond to at least one other classmate. Your initial response is due by Thursday, as always, and your follow-up between Friday and Sunday. You next have the discussion of My Community in Words and Pictures. So this refers you to look at the descriptor for that, which I do have up on the screen in a second. So this is due Sunday of week 2. And it has the following parameters. You, for this assignment, are going to prepare an 8 to 10 minute presentation using pictures and words that attempt to answer the questions, do I live in a good community? You will use PowerPoint or Word to display your information, and you're going to do your video using Screencast-O-Matic. And I can't stress enough about using Screencast because some of the other mediums that you might use to do a video presentation, I may not be able to access. So there's a lot of information how to do Screencast-O-Matic videos, which are free. You want to start by reading the article Seeking the Good Community because this has the information that you need to complete this assignment. So again, you're going to do an 8 to 10 minute video presentation. This gives you a video on how to record using Screencast-O-Matic, but your information has to include the following. Who are the residents? And you can use a number of sources to describe the residents of your community. You're going to talk about the institutions. You're going to give a map of the community and a good community assessment of your community using the article previously noted. Please make sure that you follow the rubric so you know how points are ascribed to this assignment. Going back into the module, you are going to make sure not only that you post this video, but by Sunday, but you're going to also post your presentation in the week 3 discussion. reactions to my community, because your peers then will get an opportunity to review your video and you to review the video of others. So with that, if you have any questions about the assignments for this week, please get to me as quickly as possible. If you have questions about the grading of your assignments for week 1, please also get to me as quickly as possible. You can get me through the email through Canvas or at norma.thomas13@gmail.com. I look forward to reading your assignments for week 2, reading your post, and reading your video or looking at your video presentation. I wish you a happy 4th of July and rest of your week. Thank you.